Why rob a bank? Because that's where the money is. That's a saying often attributed to American bank robber, Slick Willie, Sutton, but it's true. Banks are always a big target for thieves because of all the cash in their safes, as well as all the jewelry, stock certificates, and other valuables in their safes. As the featured robberies below reveal, people will do their best to rob the bank. These lengths include digging secret tunnels, blowing up walls, kidnapping bank executives, and disabling surfboard repair foam alarms. We wonder if the Point Break robbers, surfers, ever thought of that. Here are 5 daring bank robberies where the robbers walked away with millions of dollars. 1. The Baker Street bank robbery. In one of Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes stories, The Red-Headed League, a group of men attempt to rob a bank vault by tunneling beneath it from a nearby building. 80 years after the story was published, a similar robbery occurred on the street where the fictional Holmes resided. In 1971, a group of thieves rented a shop on the ground floor near the Baker Street branch of Lloyds Bank in London. The team discovered that the bank had a warehouse full of safes, and that the alarm sensor in the floor safe had been disabled due to nearby road work, triggering a false alarm. From the rental store, the thieves dug a tunnel they used to enter the vault through the floor in early September. A radio enthusiast named Robert Rowlands actually overheard the robbers talking on their radios during the robbery and called the police. Police check the safe of the Baker Street branch while the thieves are inside, but since the door was still locked, they thought everything was fine. Thieves stole around £3 million, about $7 million then and $51 million today. However, one of them made the mistake of using his own name to rent out the shop where they had tunneled, and surveillance resulted in him being convicted along with 3 other men of corruption. Participate in the robbery. 2. United California bank robbery. On March 24, 1972, a group of thieves broke into the United California Bank in Laguna Niguel, California, based on a tip that President Richard Nixon had hidden about $30 million in illegal campaign money there. Robbers from Ohio stole about $12 million, making it the largest bank robbery in the U.S. at the time. Rumor has it that $30 million was actually a bribe from Jimmy Hoffa, former president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters. Nixon reduced Hoffa's prison sentence in 1971. The theft team is led by Emil Dinzio, who has recruited his nephew, brother, brother-in-law and 2 other men to carry out the heist. Nixon started out not being one of our favorites. Dinzio's grandson Harry Barber, who was involved in the robbery, recalled to the Daily Beast in 2019. So here we are. Think he can't cry in front of anyone. Who will he cry with? It was he who stole it. The group of 6 disabled the bank's alarm system by spraying surfboard repair foam inside the main alarm system. They used explosives to puncture a hole in the roof of the bank on Friday and spent the weekend searching the safe. The FBI eventually tracked down the thieves, but it remains unclear whether the money they stole was actually part of Nixon's secret hideout. 3. The North Shore robbery. On the Sunday before Christmas 2004, a group of masked thieves arrived at the home of 2 banking executives in Northern Ireland. The managers, Chris Ward and Kevin McMullen, both work at Northern Bank's headquarters in Belfast. The robbers took the 2 men's families hostage and threatened to kill them if Ward and McMullen didn't help the bank robbers. The next day, Ward and McMullen arrived at work as if nothing had happened, at the request of the kidnappers. That evening, after the bank closed, Ward and McMullen opened the safe for the kidnappers, who fled with about £26.5 million, about $42.5 million at the time. With seemingly no evidence, police blamed the theft on the IRA, the Irish paramilitary organization that opposed British rule. These allegations have strained the ongoing peace process in Northern Ireland within the United Kingdom. However, in the 18 years since the theft, no one has been charged. 4. British Middle East bank robbery. In January 1976, amid the chaos of the Lebanese Civil War, a group of thieves staged the largest safe robbery ever, according to Guinness World Records. The target was the British Middle East Bank in Beirut. Using explosives, the group blew up a wall the bank shared with a Catholic church. After the locksmith opened the safe, The thieves stole about $20 minus $50 million in bullion, stock certificates, jewelry, and various currencies. Although British and American media claimed the thieves had links to the Palestine Liberation Organization, no one has been charged in the theft. 5. Central bank robbery in 2005. A group of thieves rented a building in Fortaleza, Brazil, under the name of an artificial turf company. In fact, the team isn't weeding synthetically. They're digging a tunnel over 250 feet long to the Banco Central Bank branch in town. It took the thieves about 3 months to dig the tunnel between the rented building and the bank. At the end of the first week of August, the team broke the bank's floor and won over 150 million Brazilian reals, about $70 million at the time. It wasn't until Monday that the bank employee realized the theft had occurred. 2 months later, the suspected mastermind of the robbery, 26-year-old Luis Fernando Ribeiro, was kidnapped and ransomed. After his family paid the $890,000 ransom, his kidnappers killed him and left his body on a road outside Rio de Janeiro. The New York Times at the time reported that some state prosecutors in Brazil believed police officers may have been involved in the kidnapping and murder of Ribeiro.